Good evening and thank you for tuning into Ashland Tonight News. Today is Wednesday, October 3rd, and here is a look at today's top stories.
It was especially wet at the wetlands during the ribbon-cutting ceremony on Monday. We'll have the details coming up.
The 119th Loudonville Fair started this week. Hear all about it when we come back.
The numbers don't lie. The unemployment rates are dropping in Ohio cities. More details to come. I'm Brittany Lee.
And I'm Rana Hami, and you're watching Ashland Tonight News for local coverage you care about. Stay tuned. It's all coming up next.
Despite the wet and rainy weather, the boardwalk and observation areas at Ashland University Black Forest Wetland Preserve is now complete and open to the public. Ashland Tonight News reporter Mike Hartz has the story.
Despite heavy rains, the ribbon-cutting ceremony at the Black Fork Wetlands Environmental Study Center went on as planned Monday. A number of Ashland University faculty and staff members were on hand for the dedication.
We dedicate the boardwalk and the preserve to the generations that nurtured us and those that follow us. With these scissors, we will officially open up the boardwalk for those who wish to enjoy nature.
The boardwalk is 400 feet long and features a number of benches that are all constructed out of recycled plastic. The project was primarily funded by a Clean Ohio Conservation Fund award to the AU Environmental Science Program. Additional financial support was provided by the Richland Foundation. The trail is free and open to the public during daylight hours. Reporting for Ashland Tonight News, I'm Michael Hartz.
The Loudonville Fair kicked off yesterday evening despite being faced with several problems earlier in the week, such as limited electricity and a water line leakage. The fair officially opened Tuesday night with the introduction of the Queen and her court and tractor pulls that followed. Highlights for the rest of the week include performances by the Loudonville Junior and Senior High bands and Schwartz, a prize-winning cake and pie auction, truck and tractor pulls, and the display of Loudonville Livestock Club market animals. Today, many of the exhibits opened at 11 a.m. with food concessions and rides opening at 3 p.m. The cost of the rides is $9 per bracelet that will permit riding from 3 till 10 p.m. The fair will continue to take place throughout the remainder of the week, so be sure to check it out.
Unemployment rates have continued to drop over the past months in many Ohio cities, according to the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. The Ashland County is on the list of those cities that have recently seen the drop. Ashland's unemployment rate fell from 6.3 in June to 5.6 in July, leaving 1,600 people without jobs. Ashland numbers from last year have also gone up. In July 2006, Ashland had a 5.2% unemployment rate. The unemployment rate statistics determine the average number of people that are actively searching for jobs but are unable to find them. Reports prove that in June, the average rate of the state of Ohio dropped from 6.1 to 5.7 in July. According to Dennis Evans of the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, the current unemployment trends are due to seasonal factors.
A former elementary school principal could face an additional 8 years in prison after he pleaded guilty to fresh charges. Dennis Ferguson, who served as principal of Wade Elementary School in Streetsboro, Ohio, for more than 2 decades, was charged of molesting 2 girls after his retirement. However, new charges from an alleged third victim occur now. The new charges relate to an incident that goes back to the time when he was a principal of the school. Ferguson is serving now a 6-year sentence and could face additional years in prison. Loans are just trouble for students, but the U.S. economy. We'll have those details when we come back.
Gas prices are reaching high even across the world. It's all coming up next here on Ashland Tonight News.
Stay tuned.
My name is Shannon. Can you see me?
Last year, millions of teens suffered from abuse. Mental, physical, sexual. There's no shortage of troubled kids in our country, just a shortage of funds to help treat them. We're Star Commonwealth, and we've been helping troubled kids since 1913.
Can you hear me?
Tell them you do. Please, give generously.
Can you see me?
From town to town, you can hear me moan, a mournful cry. I am so alone, and when the darkness falls, a heart so true, in chains of thoughtlessness, cut through and through, cut through.
The explosion in high-priced student loans could trouble the U.S. economy for years. Many families and individual students have turned today to private loans which carry up to 20% fees and interest rates. Many Americans are expected to be debt burdened due to these high-priced student loans. This means that many have to delay home purchases, reduce their vacations, or even eat less in order to pay off loans on time. Last year, more than $17 billion in private student loans were issued. Rocketing tuition fees made students in dire need to borrow so that they can gain their degrees. A need to regulate the highly priced student loans is needed in the time that many predict sharp increases in the years to come.
Gas prices in London this week topped a record high of $7.68 a gallon. Although the price increase only affected some gas stations as of Tuesday, the high prices are expected to spread throughout the country by the weekend. In the U.S., crude oil prices finished lower on Monday, with the price per barrel dropping 1.8% to the end of the season, at $80.24 a barrel. Gasoline fell to $1.98 a gallon, while heating oil dropped to $2.18 a gallon. At the pump, the national unleaded gas price average 1 year ago was $2.30. Today, the current price has reached an average of $2.86 a gallon.
USA Today reported last Tuesday that the U.S. Department of Agriculture recalled about 21.7 million pounds of Top's meat frozen hamburger after 27 reported and 3 confirmed illnesses. U.S. experts said this recall is likely to create concerns of rising E. coli outbreaks. Researchers proved that the rate of positive E. coli tests has decreased by 73% since 2000. However, it increased in 2007 when compared with the preceding 3 years. This rise could be the result of a random event, as prominent E. coli plaintiff's attorney Bill Marler explained. Nevertheless, it's tremendously important to highlight the dangers of this issue, especially that E. coli can cause severe illnesses and even death.
Flu season is right around the corner. AU is sponsoring free flu shots for the full-time employees. You must pre-register through the Student Health Center. Flu shots will be administered in the Student Health Center between October 22nd through November 16th. Vaccines will be reserved on a first-come, first-served basis while supplies last.
Attention seniors! Senior Success Day is today. Stop by the Student Center conference rooms between now and 6 p.m. to get a jump start on your job or grad school search. You can gather information about resume, cover letters, interviewing strategies, money management, and so much more. All seniors who attend Senior Success Day and complete a checklist will be entered into a drawing for a business suit gift certificate and alumni prizes. So go check it out.
Ashland University's 2007 Homecoming Week is now less than a week away. Many organizations around campus have been busy preparing for all of next week's events. The president of the Homecoming Committee, Dina George, has more on the upcoming festivities.
We also have banana splitting on Wednesday. It's also AU Spirit Day, so wear your AU Spirit. Banana splitting, it's from 4:30 to 7. Coronation of the Homecoming Court is at 5, followed by banana splitting at 5:30 on College Avenue. Make sure you come out and watch. It's going to be a lot of fun. Friday is Josh Bloom. He's doing 2 different shows. Saturday is the Homecoming Parade at 11 o'clock, starting at A&H, going out to Community Stadium. And that evening is the Homecoming Dance.
For more information about each of the events, go to www.ashland.edu. www.ashland.edu and click on the Homecoming link. Do you have pictures from your studying abroad this summer? Well, it's time to show them off. The annual International Photography Contest will be accepting photographs from now till October 31st. Winners will receive a $50 gift certificate for the AU bookstore. Their photos will also be enlarged, professionally framed and displayed on campus. For more information, contact the Study Abroad office. When we come back, we'll hear about AU sports from Brian Vale. You're watching Ashland Tonight News. We'll be right back.
Here's something to think about. New research shows that regular exercise and a heart-healthy diet may help to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Thinking ahead now might make all the difference tomorrow. For more ways to maintain your brain, visit the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org.
These are poor coal mining communities where there's no jobs and no health care. Last year we had 7,000 people, so we know it's needed. Instead of being stationary in one clinic, we bring this clinic to 8 communities. People appreciate so much that we're able to be there with them in a moment of crisis. And that is a gift which keeps me on the road and keeps me going.
Sure, my neighbors Jean and Louise, they may be superheroes with superpowers, but that doesn't make them so super at saving energy and money. I mean, I like them and all, but when Jean uses that power vision to cook dinner?
Honey?
Or when Louise or Starbright tries to save a little on the lighting bill?
Mom, a little light?
I may not be able to harness the power of the elements, but I save significant cash and help the environment with appliances, electronics, and windows featuring the Energy Star label. And I improved my home energy efficiency with insulation. My thermostat? Watch this. I'm just kidding. It's programmable. I don't have to lift a finger to save on AC and heating.
Mom, Dad's making fondue again.
So discover your own energy-saving superpowers. Go to ase.org/consumers.
Welcome back to Ashland Tonight News. I'm Brian Vale. Let's get right to the action from the past week here at AU. The AU football team had another historic offensive day Saturday, winning 59-43 at Mercyhurst. Jamon Javy and DeJuan Harvey both had over 100 yards rushing, and John Schroeder scored 4 touchdowns for the second straight week. Quarterback Billy Cuniff was 10 of 16 for 204 yards and a touchdown of his own. It was the highest scoring output by an Eagle team since 1922 when they scored 61 points. Ashland has this weekend off before hosting winless Northern Michigan for a homecoming October 13th. Ashland is 3-1 in 2007. The women's soccer team won one of 3 games in the last week. They beat Davis and Elkins at home 3-0 as Danny Lamb scored twice and Hannah Brown added another goal. Maria Sapanich had 7 goals in net for AU. Over the weekend, the Lady Eagles lost 2 GLIAC games, losing 2-1 to Ferris State and 8-0 to nationally ranked Grand Valley. Kelly Usher scored the lone goal in the Ferris game for the Lady Eagles. Ashland is hosting Tiffin right now at the AU Soccer Complex. The Lady Eagles heading into that game are 4-6-1 overall with 2 league road games coming up this weekend. The tennis team kept rolling along last week, beating Wayne State and Findlay in 2 GLIAC home contests. Against Wayne, the Lady Eagles won 5-4 as all 3 doubles teams won for AU. The teams of Catherine Gowdy and Megan Stahl, Myra Pepino and Corinne Paisley, and Chelsea Garrett and Krista Halicki were all victorious. The next day, AU drilled Findlay 9-0 as Ashland improved to 10-1 on the season. They're facing Otterbein also at this very moment, looking for their 11th win, one shy of the program record set last year. Ashland hits the road this weekend facing Northwood and Saginaw Valley State. The volleyball team here split a pair of matches last week, beating Ferris State and losing to nationally ranked Grand Valley. Against Ferris, AU won in 4 games as Mary Kate Glow had 17 kills and 24 digs, leading the team in both categories. The next day against Grand Valley, the Lady Eagles lost a tight 5-game match, 19-30, 30-27, 30-19, 25-30, and a 5-game loss, 15-13. Amanda Stefanski had 16 kills and 15 digs for AU, and they traveled to Northwood and Saginaw Valley this weekend for 2 road conference matches. The Lady Eagles are 16-3 overall this season. The men's soccer team lost their lone match of the last week, dropping a 2-0 decision to Ohio Dominican. The loss drops the men to 0-10-1 on the year. They play Saginaw Valley and Northwood this weekend in Michigan, still in search of their first win in 2007. The men's golf team took third place last weekend at the Wayne State Invitational as freshman John Furlong placed sixth individually. Joe DeAndre had tied for 12th for AU, and the men are in action October 8th at the GLIAC Championships at Findlay Country Club next. Finally, the women's golf team placed fourth at the Findlay Be-All Classic last weekend as Christine Suki tied for 12th. At the Northwood Invitational, the Lady Eagles also took fourth on September 28th as freshman Annie Miles was the top finisher, taking 12th, shooting a 156 over 2 days. Ashland will go to Myrtle Beach October 8th and 9th for the Lenore Rhine Invitational, closing out their fall season. That's all I have for sports this week. Up next is Lee Gottlieb, and he'll give us a heads up on what Mother Nature has in store for us this week. You're watching Ashland Tonight News. Stay tuned.
So, what have we got here? Sometimes you feel tired. You can't seem to lose those extra pounds off your midsection. And your joints hurt when you take the stairs? Well, you're getting older. But I'm happy to say that there's some simple things we can do to keep you happy and healthy for years to come. We can also lower your risk for some serious diseases the older population is often subject to. Proper nutrition is more important than ever. Your body has changed, you know. Not as many treats. A basic exercise plan, lots of walks and fresh air, and most importantly, come and see me for twice-yearly checkups to help ensure the best possible quality of life. Now, how does that sound? Good boy.
Improve the quality of life for your elderly pet. Schedule twice-yearly checkups that include preventive care and regular lab work. A message from the veterinary members of the American Animal Hospital Association.
When it comes to dogs, cats, and kids, sharing just comes naturally. They share their toys, their beds, even their favorite snacks. But pets and people can share other things as well, like disease. Zoonotic diseases are illnesses that can be transmitted from animals to humans, like leptospirosis, or diseases that affect both people and pets, like Lyme disease. Fortunately, you can help reduce the risk by visiting your veterinarian. Your veterinarian can help protect against zoonotic disease and potentially harmful parasites. Most important, a wellness exam from your veterinarian twice a year can help detect, treat, or prevent health problems before they become serious. So share affection, not illness, and ask your veterinarian about zoonotic disease protection for all your loved ones. A message from the American Veterinary Medical Association and your local veterinarians.
Welcome back. I'm Leland Gottlieb with your weather today. I hope you all enjoyed the cloudy weather outside today. It was nice and cool, and we had some clouds, and this is Founders. And not much wind in the picture, but clouds throughout the day. Now, as we switch sources and take a look at the map, you can see that a cold front is moving through our area as we speak. Behind this cold front, we have a high pressure moving into our area. And in front of it, we have some sprinkles, but not much moisture to work with. Now, as we take a look at the clouds, you can see that clouds are moving through the area as we speak as well. These clouds have some sprinkles, as I just mentioned, below them, but very scattered about the area. These clouds will move through the area and be out of the picture by later this evening. But as we take a look at your temperatures, you can see that this cloud cover is affecting the temperatures. The temperatures are pretty mild, but cooler than it would be, obviously, without the sunlight. Behind it, we have moderating temperatures. You can see that 80s are in the forecast behind this. These will all move into our area. As we take a look now at your 3-day forecast, you can see that the moderating temperatures will be in the forecast. We have 84 on Thursday, going down to 60. And then by Saturday, we will have some isolated thunderstorms moving through the area with the next disturbance. That's all I have for the weather. News next.
What do a store owner, a mother of 2, and an honor student have in common? They've all recovered from a mental health problem, and they're all part of our lives. Mental health problems are surprisingly common. They affect almost every family in America, maybe even yours. Get the facts about mental health. Call 1-800-789-2647 because mental health is part of all our lives.
Nuclear weapons material stored in laboratories and other facilities, some protected by just a chain-link fence. Terrorists are trying to steal these materials to make a nuclear bomb and attack us here. We need to stop them at the source by locking down the materials. There is something you can do to protect America. Visit saferworld.org. Be part of stopping a catastrophe before it happens.
For the people in our armed forces, it's a time of sacrifice, a time of duty. That's why we've joined together to form the Armed Forces Relief Trust to help military families cope with financial and medical emergencies at home. The 4 military aid societies gave millions last year to cover unexpected medical expenses, child care, and more. But with so many overseas, the need is greater than ever. They're serving us. Let's serve them in return.
Hi, Mr. President. My parents believe that eating meals together will make our country strong. Is this something that you did when you were a kid?
I did eat with my family so long as my mother wasn't cooking.
It's not good making fun of your mother, even if you are president, but it is good to have dinner with your kids. We know the more often children have dinner with their families, the less likely they are to smoke, drink, and use drugs. So simply having dinner together can help your children forever, even if you're not a great cook.
Welcome back. I'm Jake Beckley, and I'm here to deliver your entertainment news. First, falling pop star Britney Spears has lost custody of her 2-year-old son, Sean Preston, and 1-year-old son, Jaden James, for failing to comply with orders given by Judge Scott Gordon. The orders were that Spears must submit drug testing, enroll in parenting classes, and sign the judge's order to meet with a drug counselor if she wanted to maintain 50-50 custody of her children. Spears failed to comply with any of the judge's orders. Spears handed her babies over to ex-husband Kevin Federline 2 days earlier than what was required by the judge. Shortly after, Spears went to Epitome, a tanning salon in Bel Air. The host of the NBC game show 1 vs. 100 and former Full House dad Bob Saget will be making his Broadway debut later this month. Saget will be taking over the role of Man in Chair in the hit Broadway musical The Drowsy Chaperone. The role has Saget playing a modern-day man completely obsessed with the glitzy musicals of the past. The Drowsy Chaperone had previously won 5 Tony Awards. Actor Ben Affleck says his high-profile relationship with ex-fiancée Jennifer Lopez hurt his career. Affleck said, "It was probably bad for my career. What happens is this sort of bleed over from the tabloids across your movie work. You go to a movie, you only go once, but the tabloids and internet are everywhere. You can really subsume the public image of somebody." Well, Ben, you get Webster points for that vocab word, but did you ever stop to think your career is going down the drain because you have the acting talent of a spoon? Michael Caine, who reprises his role as Alfred the Butler in the upcoming Batman sequel, The Dark Knight, praises the work of actor Heath Ledger in the film for his adaptation of The Joker, saying, "He's fantastic. He's gone in a different direction than Jack Nicholson. Jack was like a really scary old uncle with a funny face. Heath is like the most murderous psychopath you've ever seen on the screen." This testimony by Caine may relieve some of the skeptics who previously thought that Ledger would not be able to pull off the part of the Joker. And finally, topping the box office this week, the charts this week, is The Game Plan, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson at $22.9 million, followed by The Kingdom in second and Resident Evil Extinction in third. And this has been just some of the entertainment news for this week. I'm Jake Beckley. Stay classy, Ashland, and let's toss it over to Emily Tibbetts for your health updates.
Thanks, Jake. Well, there is some good news for self-disciplined overachievers. A study has shown that they have a lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. It is thought that increasing neural connections that can act as a reserve against mental decline, according to a study, co-author Robert Wilson of Rush University Medical Center. Some brains have been studied after some goal-driven people's death and were found to have met criteria for Alzheimer's, yet these people showed no signs of dementia. Panic attacks may raise the risk of heart attack or stroke in women, according to a study of more than 3,000 older women. Women who reported one or more full-blown panic attacks during a 6-month period were 3 times more likely than other women to have a heart attack or a stroke within 5 years. It is speculated that a panic attack might trigger heart rhythm problems, according to Dr. Smoller, Boston's Massachusetts General Hospital. It is also thought that stress hormones released during an attack may harm the heart. If the idea of becoming a vegetarian has interested you, be sure to do your homework before giving up all meat products. Vegetarians still need to watch what they eat, ensure a balanced diet. While there are varying degrees of vegetarians, getting enough protein is very important to improve the immune system and take care of muscle mass and bone mass. It is important to eat foods high in nutrients such as whole grains. It is also suggested that before giving up meat, people do their homework and meet with a dietitian to ensure the healthiest diet. A full balanced approach is the best approach, and be sure not to eat just fruits and vegetables. That's all I have for health updates. Back over to Rana and Brittany.
Thanks, Emily. The crew here at Ashland Tonight News is very excited about our new segment called What Finks Thinks. That's right, one of our very own reporters will get a chance to sit down with President Finks and ask him his opinion about what's going on campus. If you have any questions you'd like to ask President Finks, please email them to tv2@ashland.edu.
Listen to your friends play or grab a guitar and show off your talent at the Acoustic Cafe. Come hang out in the Eagle's Nest this Thursday at 9 p.m. Remember, it's always a good time with free food and good music.
Want to check out a live show here at Ashland? The Whiskey Hounds will be performing live in the Eagle's Nest this Saturday. The event is free and open to the public. Anyone who makes a purchase from the Nest that night will be entered into a drawing to win a Sweet Tooth basket, a Whiskey Hounds t-shirt, or a CD.
This Saturday night, join Tech Crew with movie night at 9 p.m. in the Student Center. They will be showing the movie 1408. So what are you guys doing this weekend? Any big plans?
I don't have anything big, probably going to work a bit, but the movie sounds like fun.
I know, I haven't heard of it. Is it good? Have you guys seen it yet?
I haven't seen it.
I know I'm going to see the production Expecting Isabel that opens tomorrow night in the Studio Theater.
That's right, I'll be going as well. We're very excited for it.
Well, that about does it for tonight's Ashland Tonight News. We would just like to thank our TV2 crew, and if you are interested in helping out with Ashland's TV station, you can email tv2@ashland.edu.
That's right, and don't forget to join us next week. We'll be here in the studio at Wednesday at 5.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.